Hi lovelies, welcome everyone. I hope that everyone is doing really well. Today's reading, we're going to be doing all about what advice you need to hear right now. This is a pick a card reading, so it's up to you which one you pick and what advice you'll get from that. And so that means we've got pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, and I'll leave timestamps down below so you can choose which one you're most drawn towards. In order to find the one that you're most drawn towards, I recommend you just take a deep breath. Maybe meditate on the question for a little bit and then just pick the one that you're instantly drawn towards. No, try not to think too hard about it. Just go for the one you're instantly drawn towards. And if there's more than one, that is absolutely fine as well. Absolutely fine to have more than one pile because sometimes there is more than one message for you. If you've got more than one problem, there may be more than one set of advice for you. Now you can pick, as say, using the numbers 1, 2, and 3, or you can use these crystals. So we've got this one. And that one is selenite. And then we have pile 2. And that's opalite. And then lastly, we have pile 3. And that is rose quartz. Okay, so just take a moment, take a deep breath, pick your pile. And then once you're done choosing your pile, you can just go down below into the description or into the comment section, and there'll be timestamps for you to click on and go straight to your reading. And yeah, so let's get on to it then. So pick your pile and go to your reading now. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this pile or this stone, then this is your reading all about what advice you need to hear right now. So what I'm going to do is read this one first, and these ones are a little bit more detailed. So I'm going to read from the book for this one, and then we'll move on to the rest of the cards. So we have Labradorite and Blue Lotus Flower with psychic gifts, wise sage awareness, and call to action. Okay, so I'm just going to read what the book says. And that is this is an interesting oracle deck because it combines the stones with the flowers, and it's beautifully illustrated. It's absolutely lovely. I love it so much. But there is a lot of detail in here, so I'm just going to read through it for you. So we have Labradorite is an excellent psychic protector stone. Her energy is like a mystic, wise woman who wants to teach you how to protect and shield your energy whilst keeping your psychic senses open. Her energy wishes to open and enhance the third eye, bringing past life wisdom to the surface and moving with you through spirit and guardian planes of existence, between worlds, then transporting you in a safe and grounded way into the present. She has this empowering fire that hovers around the edge of your inner knowing as it rises, lighting the way, and she encourages you with excitement as you reclaim this wisdom as your own. She wishes it to be known that she applies to the wisdom within you and your ancestors, helping you to tap into all that stored data in your cells. She's also speaking to your inner wild woman. This part of you is a fierce mother, medicine woman / man, dark goddess, warrior woman. She wishes for you to dance around the fire with her, reclaiming those aspects of yourself to lift and empower you forward. You are needed. You are needed for service, however big or small. Your words, actions, and thoughts are needed. It is a time for action. She comes to you as a brave leader and teacher at this time. Protecting is in her nature. You have nothing to fear with Labradorite by your side. Wearing or carrying it allows your magical powers to surface. One of her biggest properties is that of protection, but she says there is so much more to her. Through this card, she speaks of reconnection with aspects of yourself, retrieving and empowering. I mean, already that's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so we already have a very strong message here about protecting your energy and also potentially, putting in, it says call to action, putting in action to move forward with something whilst protecting your energy. So that's very interesting. So we're going to read about the Blue Lotus Flower next. So it's Blue Lotus Flower's medicine comes to pair with Labradorite in the third eye to bring openness, elevation, and awareness to the subtle energies around you. Its energies will travel up from your third eye to your crown to bring expansion to the higher mind and to expand your intuition. Its petals wish to reach into your third eye and bring ancient spiritual knowledge to the surface. Where labradorite supports psychic development and opening of gifts, blue lotus flower will energize the high chakras and lift awareness up into them so you can connect to the divine, to higher frequencies and an enlightened, connected way of being and understanding. A medicine dances between the worlds with you, bringing an altered sense of awareness. She will bring you into a meditative state. Even dream time becomes more vivid, colorful, and lifelike. That's amazing. That's so beautiful. So the general message I'm getting from this is it's time to think about you. It's time to spend time on you, thinking about what you want, protecting your energy from people who don't mean well to you, don't mean well to you, and potentially even whether it could be a job, it could be a workplace, protecting your energy from this negativity. Focus on you, focusing on what you want to do in life and where you want to go, and making changes, and getting in touch with yourself. What do you want? What is it you actually want from life? Have a little think about it. Spend a little time thinking about it. This is your time now to bring awareness to what it is that you want, and to think about how you're going to put this into action, how you're going to change things. Yeah, we're going to pull some more cards. Okay. Okay. You see this. It's a wise woman. So it's Raven and Wise Woman. A change is coming. Okay, perfect. So it ties in perfectly. So a change is coming. So this, with a little bit of time and a little bit of self-reflection, you're going to figure out what it is you actually want, what you need. This is not just a want, this is what you need. You're going to figure out what you need. And of course, with the protecting the energy, it seems to be that you understand that things have to change in order for you to be able to move forward. A change is coming, meaning I think this is you making a change. This has to come from you, whatever this change is. If you want to move forward, you have to decide what is in your best interest and act upon that. If there is bad energy, if there's toxic people around you, there's people, they don't even have to be toxic. Sometimes it's just, someone can just be just negative enough, and you kind of question it and you're thinking, does this person even actually support my ideas? It's time to move on from that. It's time to, you don't have to necessarily cut a person out of your life, but you can create some distance there for yourself so you can focus on you and what you want and what you need in order to move forward. So then we have sea turtle, conservation, make conscious choices. So I'd say the conscious choice then here is deciding what it is you need, deciding if you need to cut someone out, if you need to cut a place. If there's, it could be a person, it could be a group of people, it could be a job. It's you deciding that this is no longer for you. You know that this isn't for you. And it's just simply a case of you deciding to move forward, to move on from this. You have to decide for yourself. You have to look within. You probably already know what the answer is, but you're second guessing yourself right now. And you need to stop second guessing yourself. You can trust that it's wise woman. You know what you need to do. Trust that the thoughts within you are telling you the right thing. They're telling you the way forward. But it's up to you to make this decision, to move forward, to make the choices that would change things for you. This could be as well, not just people, but potentially, if we're making conscious choices, this could be about how you are going to look after yourself. Are you making conscious choices with the foods that you eat, and conscious choices with how you're choosing to spend your time, the type of media that you're consuming? These are very important things that you need to consider, because the things that you do and the things that you consume will affect your mentality. And so now's the time to consider all this and to start thinking about how you can make these little changes here and there that will move you forward. Okay. Next card that we have, simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. Okay, wonderful. So these changes, whatever they are, it's saying something about, maybe you've got like a decluttering vibe going on here. So there's some sort of new beginning which comes from you decluttering your life, and this can be literal decluttering. So your, the call to action could be literally decluttering your space that you're living in. It could also be decluttering, I like to think it was decluttering your mind, but also potentially decluttering your time. I think that's one that doesn't really get raised as much, but decluttering your time. Sometimes you can decide that you want to be busy, and being busy isn't always a good thing. Sometimes you need to just take some time to yourself. Certainly with a wise woman, she's reflecting on her own life. She's taking some time for herself. And so by cutting out things that don't need to be there, it's about saying no to things. It's conscious choices, about saying no to things that maybe you just said yes to before because you felt like you had to. You need to simplify things, bring things back to what you truly want to be doing, instead of doing things just because everyone else expects you to, or you feel like everyone else expects you to. So it's about bring it back to the simple things, the little things, looking after yourself. As I say, the simple things in life, such as what you eat, the little things that you do each day, the little rituals that you have, the self-care, all those things. It's about cherishing those instead of trying to do so much for everyone else. It's about spending time focusing on you for a little bit now. Okay, so going to get some more oracle cards. We have kindness. So the well maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. Okay, this to me is kindness to yourself. That you spent so long, I think, maybe thinking about others and not protecting your own energy, not protecting your own space, letting people cross your boundaries, even if it's only by a little bit, but you keep allowing it to happen. And so now's the time to practice compassion for yourself. Now's the time to, as I say, it's about making these little decisions to treat yourself well, to look after yourself, and to really focus on what it is that you want to do in life. There's little things, I say, the self-care. There's also just going out and doing little things by yourself that you want to do instead of it always being about others. Choosing who you want to spend your time with, choosing the people who are the most kind and the most compassionate. Choose to spend your time around those people. You want to, as I say, with the media and all these things that you consume, the people that you're around, you're going to consume their energy and their vibes. So whether good or bad, you're going to absorb that energy. So you want to surround yourself with people who are kind and compassionate and who respect you and your time. You need to respect your own time as well. So this is about conscious decision of who you're spending your time with, how you're looking after yourself, how much compassion you're giving yourself. You need to really simplify. I'm looking for the term, I can't think of the term right now, but just bring things right back down to the simplest form. Keep things simple for now, and maybe start cutting things out that you don't need in your life. And we've got another one. So passion. So mother of the salt waters, passion, wild love, open your heart and let love in. Okay. So, I'm getting just this. I'm seeing this as a love for yourself. This whole reading to me feels very much focused on you individually and how you treat yourself. And this is about trusting yourself, trusting that you know what you need and that you can do it. And it's about you putting in the work just to do those little things that are going to change your life little bit by little bit. No, I say change your life. I'm not talking about anything drastic here. I'm not talking, suddenly everything completely does a 180 and it's a completely different life. But you're just going to be feeling that little bit happier because you're doing those little things that just add up and form this new routine and this new life. And so this to me is just embracing life, embracing the fun things that you want to do. Surround yourself with absolutely loving and compassionate people, and allowing yourself to feel that love. I feel like you've been surrounded by, or you've let yourself become surrounded by people who are maybe just they're not necessarily got bad thoughts about you, not necessarily negative, but they're not the most positive of people. And what you need right now is the people that have got your back, who are absolutely rooting for you. They're in your corner. They want you to do well, and that's what you need in your life. And I think that starts with you radically accepting yourself, radically choosing to love yourself. This is, you need to love yourself with like every fiber of your being, and that's the little changes that you need to make are going to lead towards that. And so, yeah, this is, to me, this is giving that kind of self-care energy, that journaling and energy, journaling, writing in a diary, things, practicing gratitude, all the little things that are going to change your mentality little bit by little bit. This is definitely giving me a mentality shift kind of energy, and it's coming from you and you choosing to cut out things that just don't serve you anymore. And it doesn't have to be anything drastic, as I say, it's just little things, and adding in little things that are going to just make life a little bit more pleasant. Go and do things that you really enjoy. You know, if you're somebody who, I don't know, maybe you have a completely different interest in movies than your friends, go and enjoy them on your own. If you haven't got a friend or a partner that enjoys the same things as you go and do it on your own. Stop being afraid to go and enjoy things on your own. Go and do these things and then just enjoy them. If you do prefer to spend time with friends and find groups. You can find groups online now that will have the same interests as you. And it's about, stop being afraid to go out and do these things. Surround yourself with people who have the same interests, the same passions as you. It will honestly make such a huge difference for you to meet new people who have the same interests. Because even if you do have people in your life that are supporting you, they might not know exactly what it is, how it feels to be you, and to want to do the things that you do. And so it helps to surround yourself with people that actually do understand that. If you can't get to groups, and sometimes even just podcasts and things like that can help as well, YouTube videos, connect with people even through these media. As I say, the right media consumption can also make such a huge difference for you. Okay, so I'm going to do some tarot cards next. So this will be the final part of the reading, do some tarot cards just to get more clarification on what advice you need to hear. So I'm just going to move these, I think. Okay, we have the first card is the Tower cards. Okay, don't be afraid of this. This to me, I think, is the conscious choice you've made to change things. You're choosing to make a change in your life, and what you've built previously is not working. You've done a little bit of searching within, and you've realized what you thought was what you wanted is not anymore, and you're finally accepting that's the case. You need to, well, at least you need to accept that in order to move on, and you need to accept that sometimes things need to radically change. You need to, the old has to go in order to accept the new. So this could seem like it's something quite scary, but actually it's something that's necessary. The thing about the Tower card is, when you're going through these difficult things, it seems like the worst thing ever, but actually it's moving you on to something great. So if, for example, in this time you realize that you don't like the job that you're in, you could find that you lose your job, which could feel absolutely awful. However, at least then it would give you a chance to think about what you actually want to do, and what will probably end up happening, what usually ends up happening is something much better comes along, because you took some time out from there to think, actually, the reason I don't have this job anymore is because I don't align with that anymore, and I actually want to move on to something new. And so this Tower card is indicating this change. And I think it's actually a change that you need to make, that you need to be prepared to go through a difficult time if it's necessary. You need to be prepared to change things in order to be able to get through, and to whatever it is that you need advice for, in order to get to the outcome that you want. There's a change that you need to be prepared to make. This is saying call to action. This is your call to action. This is up to you to make that change. Okay, so next card. The next card is the Two of Swords. It's a choice. It's a decision. This is your decision to make. Yeah. So this is your decision. This is not just happening. The advice is that you can make this choice, but it's up to you to make this decision. And to make the change, you can absolutely choose not to, and stay where you are and stay with the things might seem kind of comfortable right now. We can often feel comfortable even in discomfort, as weird as that sounds, but we're too scared to move on and try what else there is. as much as we might not enjoy what we're doing, we end up spending our time complaining about it instead of moving on because we're scared of what else is there. Like, what else could I possibly do? What other people am I going to meet if I don't have these friends? And it's scary. But this is a choice that you need to make. This is all on you. I know it sounds really I know it sounds kind of scary, but it's on you. You have to make the decision. You know what's best for you. Once you've taken a little bit of time, and this, I think, this is going to be gradual. This is not going to happen overnight, unless you choose for it to. I think it's going to be gradual for you to build up to a point where you realize that things have to change. You build that self-love, and you maybe make new friends, and over time then that's when you start to see like radical changes happen in your life, where you start dropping people out of your life that are maybe toxic. You leave a job. You It could be anything. You start something new. You could be leaving a relationship. You could be realizing that this isn't the relationship that you wanted, and that you're just staying in it because it seems, because you just settled. You thought, oh, this is comfortable, I guess. And you're scared of what else is out there. But it's up to you to decide to let the love in. If you want this is wild love. I love that wild love. If you want that, that's the loving that you want. I'm pretty sure that's a song lyric. um, yeah, it is. But if you want this kind of love, then it's a choice that you need to make to move on, to make that difficult decision to completely change your life. And it's going to mean, making these changes is going to be difficult. It's not going to be an easy decision to make, but it's going to lead on to something better. So simplify your life, throw out things that you don't need anymore. Get rid of all the toxic energy, the negativity. This is saying you're going to be protected from now on. And so once you make the decision to remove that energy, you'll be protected, and you're going to find the right people in your life to help you and support you going forward. So next card, okay, Devil. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. This is about you removing the toxic energies, anything. And the devil's again, it seems like so dramatic. It's a bit like the tower card. There's definitely some huge kind of change that needs to happen in your life. There's something that needs to happen. It might not seem like anything's too bad right now, but it's bad enough that you have that niggle like every day that just kind of like gets you. It's just that little thought that in your head where you're just like, I just don't know if this is right, and you're questioning it all the time. You're wondering whether you should move on. Yes. Yes, the answer is yes. The advice is yes, you need to decide to leave things behind. If you have bad habits, this could, there's within this, you making these changes and you choosing self-care and self-compassion, you could have bad habits. You could be talking crap about yourself. Even if it's not allowed, you just say these little things in your head, you're thinking these bad thoughts. You need to change your mentality. This is about learning to appreciate yourself, loving yourself, getting rid of all the old bad energy, the people that aren't as supportive as you want, in order to move on. And it's the difficulty. Sometimes the things that we cling on to with the devil, we like them, we enjoy them, and that's why we keep them in our lives, even though they're not good for us. You could, as I say, this is not necessarily that you are supremely unhappy, but you just know there's something that's not quite right. And so it's up to you to decide, do you want to stay in this kind of comfort that's not really comfort, or do you want to make this change and learn to love yourself, learn to appreciate yourself, do the things that you love to do in order to enjoy things more, to enjoy that greener grass on the other side, to move forward. It's up to you to remove the old bad habits that you had, remove the old, I say, the old negative people, get out of the job. You might be in it because you thought, well, it's good money, but if you're not really enjoying it, what's the point? I'm sure there's something else you could find with a little bit of time and a little bit of self-reflection, looking at what skills you have. You could find something else. So yeah, this is definitely about us. I love this reading. This is really, really nice advice about moving forward with your life. I'm actually got one more card now to just get out, and it's the Ace of Wands. I think that's really beautiful. That's nice how it falls into there as well, actually. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, something new, a new passion. There's something you want to move forward with. And so this is the time to explore this. This is absolutely time to explore these interests that you have, these new loves that you have. And don't let anything don't let anything stop you. Don't let your own bad thoughts stop you. Don't let anyone else's negativity stop you. Now's the time to explore these new passions. Wild love. Open your heart, let love in. This is the Ace of Wands. This is up to you. This is your choice to pursue the thing that you want to do, to move forward. It's all up to you. A change is coming, but it's a call to action. You need to make this choice. You need to make not necessarily one choice, but maybe many difficult choices to move on. This could be if you're someone who's literally thinking like, my whole life just feels just a little bit off. You've got yours is going to be a bigger change than others who maybe are simply thinking, do I need to move on to a new job? Do I need to leave this partner? Do I need to leave these friends? Depending on your situation, it's going to be various degrees of the tower situation. So, it's regardless. This is saying, don't just stay in comfort, all this like seeming comfort. Pursue your passion. Pursue what sets your heart on fire. Pursue what makes you really happy. Do the little things that you love. Find people who share those interests with you. And just it's time to move on, and it's up to you. It's up to you to figure this out. You know the answer. You know what you need to do. And as I say, this is going to be about you spending more time on you now. So just to recap, I think this is a card that's very much about a change of mentality. This is about you taking time for you to learn to love yourself a little bit more, to speak some much more positive words into yourself. And you have to make a decision, conscious choices. You need to make a decision in order to follow your passion and to go where you feel like you're going to be most happy, and ditch the old negative and the old bad habits, and build new positive habits, and enjoy positive things within life. Go and do the things that you enjoy. That's the message that I'm getting for this pile. And I really enjoyed this. It's a really nice reading. So if you enjoyed it too, please do give it a thumbs up. And if it resonated with you, I would love to hear about it. Please do leave a comment down below. And that is the end. So I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile 2. If you chose this stone, then this is your reading, all about what advice you need to hear right now. Now for this one, I'm using these cards. This is from an absolutely gorgeous deck that combines the crystals with flowers or things from the earth. So I'm going to read this from the book because they're a little bit more complex, but this will be your first part of the advice. So let me just find this. It can take a little while for me to find it in this book. So what we've got Herkimer, I don't actually know if that's correct, Herkimer Diamond, and Snowdrop, which is resurrection, meaning commitment, purification, and devotion. Okay, so let's find that. It's not in alphabetical order, so this might take a moment. Okay, so Herkimer Diamond. So it's separated into two parts. So it'll be the diamond and then it'll be the snowdrop. First we have Herkimer Diamond asks for more devotion to your practice. The more you show and surrender to her, the more she deepens her connection. It is partnership after all. At times we need reminding how bright we are. Situations can wear us down and we can doubt and question ourselves. Herkimer Diamond amplifies your heart's fire and reflects such vast light, making it hard to ignore. This brings harmony to your space and heart. She's a master at this, holding space within and around you for realizations. Meditate and journey with her. She brings this connection to higher consciousness and opens you up in such a way that enhances your clairvoyance and clairaudio. This desire to amplify energy does not end with you. She amplifies the energy of all around her, pairing beautifully with other stones of vibration such as moldavite, phenacite, I can't pronounce that, dumortierite, tanzanite, scolasite, apophyllite, and golden Libyan tektite. She wishes to help realign and restructure pathways of light through your third eye and higher chakras, particularly bringing awareness to your soma chakra, a minor chakra above the third eye that connects you to your pineal gland. It is important to welcome her light streams as they move through you to your higher chakras, as they call to the angelic kingdoms. Remember that like clear quartz. She retains vast amounts of information, so ask her to hold on to some positive affirmations and mantras to help your process of release. This crystal wishes you to look closer at the reality you've created for yourself, or indeed the reality you present to please others. The energy you give out reflects you and what you stand for, your beliefs and ideas. It takes courage to commit to growth. See this card as your pledge, your commitment to healing. I mean, that's beautiful already. So I mean, it's telling you now's the time to change. If that's the advice you need, now's the time for you to commit to that, to start thinking about the energy that you're putting out into the world. And honestly, it kind of feels a little bit similar to pile one in regards to the energy there. There's, that purification of your energy there, changing things within yourself in order to move forwards. I'm just going to read the rest. So, Snowdrop. Snowdrop complements Herkimer's promise to release old patterns by reminding you of your magic and bringing you close to peace and tranquility. Her nature of blooming through the winter months symbolizes the coming of warmer days. Her presence brings hope that you can weather the colder period and bloom. She supports the opening of information and awakening coming in through your soma chakra and third eye. Before we can rebirth ourselves, our ideas and creations, we need to purify aspects of ourselves and bring awareness to the parts of us we hide. We need to focus on inner work and release by looking inward, being still and receiving. Look at where you are now on your spiritual journey and awakening. Is there something that you need to energetically let go of? Whether big or small, it all matters. Take some time to sit with this. Herkimer Diamond and the Snowdrop bring the power and alchemy of the resurrection flame into your awareness. If you work with the Ascended Masters, you might feel Master Yeshua's energy come in as these energies resonate with his teachings of the resurrection flame. The resurrection fire brings new life, the green of springtime and new shoots. It is an opportunity to sort through that which does not serve you and ask yourself why you are holding on to it. Once called into your body and heart, it helps you sort these things. But it is you that makes the decision and takes control to release what you need to. No matter the season, this card shows the start of a new cycle of light in your spiritual growth. That's so nice. And actually, it's honestly so similar to pile one. So if you feel any kind of connection to pile one as well, then there might be something in there for you as well. Obviously, we haven't got to the rest of the reading yet, but it's that similar energy of you. You need to go back to basics. You need to think about what it is. It's time to meditate, time to take some time alone to really think on what it is you want in order to make this change, in order to grow in a new direction. You need to take things back to basics. You need to kind of like the other part, simplify things. It's time to yourself is what you need right now in order to recommit in order to commit to something new, or just to recommit to yourself. Perhaps you've come away from your goals a little bit and you need to find your way back. Now's the time to recommit, to remove all the things that have been distracting you, to work through the self-doubts that have been going through your mind. Now is the time to remove that negative energy. So think about this, focus on it, practice affirmations, do some journaling, practice gratitude. Again, similar to the last part, you need to be doing those things in order to be able to move forward, to purify. In order to purify, you need to be going back to basics, think about what you want and work on yourself. This is definitely an energy about working on yourself right now. That's the energy here. Just going to get some more cards. We have Squirrel. Oh, just not my camera. Spiritual maintenance. Be your own caretaker. Okay, yeah. Spiritual maintenance. Be your own caretaker. Yeah, this is come back to you. You need to focus on you and your energy. This is about, if you've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed, if you, I don't know, you've got a bunch of anxieties and self-doubts overcoming you right now, time to take a step back. Stop trying to do too much. Stop trying to take on too much. If you're feeling overwhelmed, now's the time to remove some things from your life that you don't need to be doing and focus on you. Focus, and I mean truly focus, not just, oh, okay, I'm just not going to do these things. I'm not going to go hang out with people. I mean, truly do some meditation work, do some visualization, do the gratitude and the diary journaling work. You need to really be working through this. And also, even if you need to seek therapy, it's this great thing that we have at our fingertips right now. If you're able to, if you're in a position to do so, absolutely get therapy. This is about you working on you right now, about looking within and focusing on yourself. When you clear the blockages and the negativity, you find that you're able to focus on yourself more. I was to say spiritual maintenance. So this is you. If you have, if you're someone who's perhaps religious, this is about you reforming that connection. And if you're more on the spiritual, just the general spiritual side, then just forming that connection and building on those beliefs and just building that connection with the universe, basically. And so this is the time, just you need a bit of peace. It's giving me kind of hermit vibes, kind of just need a bit of time to myself in order to really focus on what matters truly to me, and to focus on me and my energy and making sure that's in the right place. So then next up, we have Snake. Kundalini rising, channel your creative passion and sensuality, welcome the transformation. Okay. So this transformation, I think, is something that needs to come from you spending that time on yourself. I think, this is you looking within, spending that time on yourself, working on this so that you could, almost like a butterfly. It's given butterfly, it's given that you need some time for yourself. So you need to go into your little, oh my gosh, what are they called? I'm going to say chrysalis. I don't remember what it's called, but you need to go into your little cocoon. That's it. You need to go into your little cocoon and you need to work on yourself for a little bit, work on your mentality, your spirituality, build yourself back up, remove the doubts, remove the anxieties, the negative thoughts. You need to remove all that in order to move forward and to change and to transform. And so this thing, channel your creative passions. On top of doing the journaling and all these kind of things, think about what it is that you want to do. What are you passionate about? What makes you truly happy? Have you been doing things that aren't things that make you truly happy? Have you been doing things in order to please others instead of focusing on you? It's saying if you are currently overwhelmed, now's the time to stop doing so much and focus on what makes you happy. This is such similar energy to pile one. It's actually crazy, but I would say that there is a difference in that this is about like real peace is needed, real time to build up on your own mentality and your own emotions, and just really focusing on that, really going within and doing the digging, doing the hard work, doing the shadow work. I would say this is more than just, I think, actually just other people or other things out. This is very much inward looking. This is very much, what are you doing to sabotage yourself and how can you change that? So you need to be monitoring the actions that you're taking. You need to be thinking, why am I doing this? Why do I keep saying these things to myself in my head? Why do I keep doing this? This is about you taking the time to wonder, to think about why you're doing this. You can see here it says resurrection, and then you've also got transformation. Again, it's given butterflies, the cocoon, right before you transform. And so spend time working on you in order to transform here. And transformation comes with following your passions, doing the things that you're interested in, instead of them putting them to the side and thinking, oh, I'll get around to them at some point. Now's the time. Why are you putting them off? Is there something you want to do that's maybe it's a job, or there's a certain idea that you have, or a hobby that you think you're not good enough to do because all these thoughts are taking over and telling you you're not good enough? You absolutely are. And so you need to be putting the work into these passions, into these pursuits, so that you'll find more joy in life by doing this. It's not about whether you're good at them or not, it's about whether you enjoy them, and that's what you need to focus on going forward. Just going to draw some more. So we've got, okay, I'm put this on this side. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. So this is 100% a transformation within you, and this is about you finding yourself. It is you figuring out what you want and being kind to yourself. And I say, just, it's a lot of shadow work. It's a lot of you. This is telling you to spend time on you. As I say, there's many ways to do this. You can get a therapist, a life coach. You can do the work on your own. Absolutely, it's completely feasible to do it on your own. There's plenty of videos for meditation and guidance and things online. You need to be doing those, doing some meditation work, doing some journaling work, figuring out what you want, figuring out the negative talk that's going on in your head and flipping it. So you've probably got some limiting beliefs that are preventing you from moving forward and doing the things that you want to do. And so for this is about you embracing who you really are, is sitting there, taking time. What do you enjoy? If you need to, write this down on a list. What things do you love doing? What things are you passionate about that you're not currently working on? And you're thinking, well, I shouldn't do that because, I don't know, no one else likes that. Or, oh, it's going to make me look so uncool if I do this. Who cares? Life's too short. It's way too short to be worrying about those things. Do what you want to do. Focus on the things that you enjoy. Stop letting your self-doubts get in the way. Work through them. Anytime these thoughts pop up, you need to flip them. You need to work on affirmations that flip those around. So you've got a negative thought, say, I can't do this. You absolutely need to flip it and say, I can do this. And if you need to add a little disclaimer on the end too already, like, I can do this so long as I do this first or something along those lines. We add a little disclaimer in just to make it feel a bit more believable for you. You can do that, but you need to work on flipping all those bad negative thoughts in your head. You need to work on flipping those around, and so that you become more positive and you believe in yourself in order to transform and embrace who you really are. This is perhaps this could be fashion as well. So I love to see this as like style. So if you have a certain style that you've always wanted to embrace, but you've just always been too scared, now's the time to do it. Embrace who you really are. If you're truly a goth girl inside, then babe, be a goth girl. Do that. That's who you are. Embrace it. Stop worrying about what others are going to say and do what's actually going to make you the happiest. What we tend to worry about usually is pointless worrying about, because we're there thinking, oh, what are people going to say? But it won't matter, because when you're actually doing it, you feel so much happier. You feel so much more authentic and genuine that it stops mattering what other people think, because you are truly happy. And so we think that a lot of the time that we need the confidence to do something, and sometimes you just need to do something and the confidence follows. So I think that's getting at. And then we've got follow the stream, dedication, trust, future rivers and oceans. Okay. So trust, dedication, and this is dedication to yourself. This is you putting in. We've got the same kind of message here with the commitment and dedication. This is you dedicating to yourself, dedicating time to you and to your mentality, to your mindset. When you focus on you and you decide to commit to doing the things that you know are going to make you happy in the future, that are going to help you move forward, that's, beautiful things will start to happen when you focus on yourself and you dedicate your time to yourself and you show yourself that love and respect. And so this reading is, as I say, it's very similar to the first one, but this feels like it's very much internal. This is all internal work that you need to be doing in order to move forward and to get what you want. And this, as I say, this is about you focusing on yourself. Trust that things are going to work out as you need to. Trust yourself to allow these things to work out as they need to. Trust those passions that you have, the things that you want to do, whatever it is what you want to do. Trust that. Go with it. Stop worrying about what other people are going to say and what they're going to think. You need to just trust and know that things are going to move forward as they should. As the future rivers and oceans, the water that flows is going to become, the river starts as a little spring, and then it widens and it goes down into the sea and the ocean. So you're probably at the spring stage right now, and this is going to build up, and you're going to become a river, and then the ocean, and then, I know it sounds really that sounds a bit crazy, but it's the way things grow. And right now you're in your early stages, but if you stay dedicated to yourself and to what you are interested in, your passions, you stay dedicated to those passions. If there's actually something that you are genuinely passionate about, some art that you want to do, some music you want to make, focus on those. Stop letting doubt get in the way. You're going to see things grow steadily over time. You need to trust that is the way of it. That is how it happens. Things will happen if you put in the work, the time and the effort. Things will come to be. You just have to trust that you can do this. You've got one more oracle card. Okay, taking action. So yeah, taking action. I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. So You've got to put the work into yourself, and then the dedication and commitment in taking action. There's action to be taken here. Once you have spent the time working on yourself, you spent enough time just to start, changing those thoughts around, starting to be a bit more positive, starting to remove those doubts, those limiting beliefs. You've worked on affirmations. I mean, those things are all actions in themselves. When you work on these things, that's action, and that's you needing to take action in order to change your mindset. But also, there's after that, there's the action in pursuing your passions, in pursuing the things that you love, in pursuing a change of your style, whatever it is, a change of job. This is about you understanding that you have these possibilities out there, that you absolutely can pursue these things, that there's nothing stopping you except your own thoughts. I love coming back to this, but there's a song lyric that goes, "The only thing that's stopping me is me." And that's literally what this is about. This is the only thing that's stopping you is you. So you need to work on those inner thoughts and trust yourself. Trust that you can move forward, whatever it is, whatever it is that's holding you back. You need to understand that you can work through this, and you can absolutely get what you want if you just trust yourself and commit to what it is that you want to do. Commit to the thing that drives you, that passion, that just that gives you that energy. Commit to that thing. Trust that that is the right direction that you need to go in. Okay, I'm going to do tarot cards last of all now. So we have Lovers. Okay, so this can often be a choice of choosing between things. So it's obviously love and partnerships, but this is giving me more choosing between things. And I think this is about choosing love for you. This is about choosing to love yourself and choosing to do the things that you love. This is you finally accepting yourself and what really truly makes you happy, working through those blocks and making the choice to love yourself. I mean, in choosing to love yourself, you will then begin to do this work, basically this inner work. If you want to move forward, you need to remove the blocks. And so this is you choosing to do that, choosing to spend that time on yourself, choosing to give yourself enough respect to do this. And that's quite beautiful. So next up we have Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Understanding that things are always changing, things are always moving. And I think if you've been stuck in kind of the downward spiral at the moment, things are going to change. Things don't stay good, they don't stay bad forever. Things are constantly changing, they're constantly moving. And so if you've been a bit negative lately, you've not been feeling great, then things will change as you choose to put in this work, to take this action towards the things that you love. Things are going to change for the better. And I think this is about, so you've chosen love. And so you've chosen to change your destiny. This could be you literally making a huge change and wondering whether you can do this. Or perhaps this realization will come to you, this idea of what it is you want to do next. You don't know what you want to do next. And that idea and that inspiration will come to you once you've done the inner work on yourself and you've really thought about, what it is that gives you energy, what it is that really empowers you and gets you through the day, basically. Once you've taken time to consider these things will start to change for you. Things will absolutely start to change for the better. And so I've got two more. King of Pentacles. Okay. So there's some great things waiting for you. There's the King of Pentacles is this incredibly stable and luxurious person. There's this person that they have so much abundance, that they have so much to give. And I think when you spend the time on yourself and you pour that love into yourself, you suddenly have so much more to give to others. And so that's why you need to take some time out for yourself and to work on yourself, because when you work on yourself, suddenly you find that you have a lot more love to give elsewhere. You have a lot more energy to put into other things. The stability that comes with the King of Pentacles, that sure-footedness, that comes with his energy will come from you putting in the work and, say, doing all this work behind the scenes, choosing to love yourself, choosing to work on your passions, to embrace who you really are and be your authentic self. That all comes from doing the work. So it's just embracing that energy so that you've got more to give out and more to, or even more to receive. You're going, when you start giving out as well, you receive more. The energy that you put out, you receive. And so this is you, as you put more and more effort into yourself, the more you put into yourself, the more that you will have to give, and the more that you'll also receive. The more you receive from the universe, it's that positive energy. The more and more positive that you become, and this is not saying that you have to be this toxic positive all the time. This is just generally a more confident you that understands and believes that things will work out, things can work out, things will work out, and even if they don't work out exactly how you want, they will come together how you need in the end. It's that kind of level of just that assumption, that confidence that things are going to work out. And when you work on your mentality, that's where you get to. And so things just work out for you all the time. Things are great. Things are going wonderfully. You always have an abundance of energy, of great people in your life, of love. And so, yeah, this is just when you taking the time of yourself in order to be able to receive more and also to be able to give more. And so we've got our last card. Okay, yeah, Nine of Cups. All of this just seems to be pointing towards how things can change for you when you put the work in. And so Nine of Cups is that wish fulfilled. It's that emotional satisfaction, that fulfillment. You need to work towards that. Whatever it is you want, you should be working towards emotional fulfillment. You should be working towards being the happiest you can be before anything else. Sometimes we can have our minds taken over with like material wealth, things like that. And this is saying, forget that for now, because sometimes you can be chasing things that just feel so impossible to get to. And you can absolutely get there, but only once you focus on yourself and your own emotional and mental well-being first. And so the Nine of Cups is telling you, focus on what brings you joy, that creative passion and sensuality. That's what's going to bring the transformation into this King of Pentacles energy here. Nine of Cups, that I said, the fulfillment, that seeking that fulfillment within your life, practicing gratitude, appreciating yourself. Once you work on those things within you, that's when you can move forward and get the things that you desire, manifest the things that you want to manifest, if that's what you're looking to do. It all comes from within and doing that inner work first. Okay, pile 2. That is the end of your reading. If you enjoyed this, please do give the video a thumbs up. And if it resonated with you, please do leave me a comment down below. Let me know how it did. And I look forward to seeing you in your next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this stone, then this is your reading, all about what advice you need to hear right now. Okay, so I'm going to read from this deck first, which is this really cute oracle deck. It's the Earth Alchemy Oracle, and it combines crystals with flowers and other earthly things. And so it's really cute, but I'm going to read because it's a little bit more complex than most oracle cards. So let's have a little look now. That's very pretty. Jade and Pink Lotus. Sink into silence, reflection and tranquility. I mean, that one is probably the most straightforward one, but I'm just going to have a little look through and read through like I've done for the other piles. And just bear with, because they're not in alphabetical order. So my one complaint, let's complete the alphabetical order, but otherwise this is absolutely gorgeous deck, and I love these little readings from it. Okay, so Jade and Pink Lotus. Sink into silence, reflection and tranquility. So it starts off with the Jade part of the card. To work with the energies of Jade, you must get down to her level. She asks you to leave the ego to one side and meet her where there is no one higher than the other. From this level in even space, she teaches us to be humble, healing the heart through compassion. Jade wishes to bring peace and tranquility into your heart and mind. Sink into silence, she whispers. Perhaps you've been rushing around recently, pushing yourself hard. It will help you with grounding through uncertain and changing times, bringing a gentle understanding and integration that combats any worry, stress, or depression. She asks you to sit in quiet reflection, serving your highest heart temple, knowing that in reflective silence and meditation you will find what you need and more. For the deepest moments of connection, silence is all that's needed. Her energy flows informs so her energy flows in and forms a golden compass within your heart. She aligns and directs you to true north, guiding you to the right path for your soul's growth. The cardinal direction of the north connects with the element of earth, Mother Earth, and the great goddess as she asks you to learn to pace yourself. The north is referred to as the rest period, a time to be respectful of the need to care for and nurture the physical body. Kuan Yin's energy comes in to support this card. Jade is a stone that restores and nourishes. It helps cells and skeletal systems rebuild and rebind themselves. It is a powerful cleansing stone, enhancing the body's filtration and elimination organs. On the physical, it links to the kidneys, spleen, and adrenal glands, removing toxins and balancing the fluids and water salt slash acid alkaline ratios in the body. I mean, so just to begin with, that's as it's very straightforward what it's telling you here, and to look after yourself. If you're somebody who's been quite busy lately, then this is telling you you need a moment of peace. I'm going to come back to that in a moment, but we've got the pink lotus next. Every evening, the lotus flower submerges into the river and then reblooms the next morning, fresh and new. It is a daily cycle of life, death, and re-emergence. It is a symbol of regeneration and rebirth for you. As you take your time to explore the murky waters, you can be reborn every day. You can reinvent yourself and explore new facets of you. The pink lotus wishes to give your strength through love. As a flower with a will to live, it imbues courage and a gentle sense of acceptance for the way things are. A lotus seed can hold its energy and life for thousands of years without water, and then come to life and germinate centuries later. Think of your heart as a pink lotus, holding these seeds of love and light. That is so cute. I love that very much. Okay, so this seems to be saying that you need to slow down. If you've been quite busy lately, you've got a lot on, you need to take a little bit of time for yourself. You need to take a rest, have a little rest, think about yourself. Perhaps you've been so overwhelmed that you've forgotten to take physical care of yourself, as it was saying. It sounds like you need to drink more water. If we're talking about removing toxins from the body, you need to be drinking more water. So this could be pointing towards physical health here and actually making sure your physical health is good. And so you need to be focusing on the things that you're eating and then making sure that you're drinking plenty of water and taking time to de-stress. If you are overwhelmed right now, you need to take time for yourself. Got a lot going on. Even if you think you're not overwhelmed, you think you've got it all under control, now is the time to pause. You need to take a break. At bare minimum, if you can't take a break, if that's not possible, you need to find little small breaks within the day to do a little bit of meditation, work on some affirmations, and just take some deep breaths. You know, sometimes when we're really stressed, all you really need is some deep breaths. When you take in those deep breaths during the day, it can slow down your heartbeat, it can just bring everything down and make you so much more calm. And so this is you just taking little moments here and there just to look after yourself, check in with yourself, make sure you're feeling okay. If you're feeling ill at any point, don't work through that. This is you need to not work through that. You need to, if you are feeling sick, take some time off. Stop stop trying to work through it. You need to look after yourself, because if you don't, it's only going to get worse. And so this is saying take some time, look after yourself. But eat well, do some exercise, take some deep breaths, do some meditation, de-stressing exercises, whatever it takes. But you need to have those little moments. If you can't actually get away from what you're doing, if it's just, it is what it is, and you have to work on this, if it's work and you have to do this, you need to make sure that you're taking moments to breathe within that day. If you're at work and it's overwhelming, go take yourself into the toilets. My old workplace was great because they had a little sign that said, are you here for a breather? Absolutely. If you need to go take yourself to the bathroom just to have a breather, do that. You need to find space within the day to just chill, because this is screaming that you're overwhelmed and you need a bit of time just to relax before it becomes too much for you. Okay, so next up we have Wolf. Heart medicine. Let go of that which does not serve your highest good. Yeah, okay. So if you're in a situation too and you're working on a lot of things at the moment, there's a lot of tasks that you've taken on. If you have, I saw an interesting video for someone you might recognize that talking about taking on so much, doing amazing in their life, but they've taken on too many responsibilities, try to grow their business so fast and do so much. And if you're in a situation where you've been taking on so much because either because it's for a business, you're trying to make some money, or because you're trying to look good for your friends, do well for your friends, you need to remove things that aren't actually working for you. You need a break. When you give too much elsewhere, you leave nothing for yourself. And so you need to actually, anything that's not actually serving you, you need to remove that. This is about stop giving your energy to everyone else before you even give it to yourself. Stop doing things just because you think that's what you're supposed to do. Obviously when it comes to work, there's certain things that you have to do. But if you're pushing yourself to show to your managers how great you are, and it's costing you your health, your mental health, your physical, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because if they don't see how hard you are working without you needing to basically crush your own soul, then it, what good is that going to do for you? Because what is that going to lead to? More of the same. My favorite thing to say, I used to be that person putting all the work and getting no credit for it. And not just no credit, but getting knocked for every little thing that no one else would get knocked for, but I would get knocked for it, because it was like I was under more scrutiny than anyone else. And it led nowhere. It led nowhere. It made me feel awful. And so you need to be, if you are in the situation, you're doing that right now, stop. I say don't ever give 100% when you start at any place. You need to teach them that your 70% is your 100%, so that when you go to 100%, they know that that's more. They know that's extra. And so I've worked in jobs since then where it's more like that, and everyone, operates in that way, and it's just so much nicer. Everyone's so much nicer, and they're so much more appreciative. And so that's what you need to do. You need to stop trying to work so much for others and actually think about yourself. Think about, is this actually serving you? And then we have Phoenix, empower. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. Okay. So, I mean, Phoenix is that reborn energy, isn't it? So it's you, if it's you empowering yourself, it's you deciding that actually you don't need to keep doing what you've been doing. You don't need to constantly be trying to impress others and doing all these things for others. You need to empower yourself. This is about you, this freedom. I mean, it's a spiritual freedom. This is, for me, it just means freedom in general. You feeling just freer because you're not so overwhelmed with all these things you're trying to do. This is you need to rethink what your priorities are. You need to, I say, you need to think what your priorities are, and start to work on yourself and look after yourself. That's your new priorities now. I feel like your creative spirit has been kind of crushed right now because you're so busy trying to do everything for everyone else. Be that good friend, be that good partner, be that great worker. And it's for what? For what reason? What is the need for it? Because you can't keep this up. You cannot keep this up forever. It's only going to end up bad if you continue along this trajectory. You cannot keep doing this. And so you need to take some time to spend on yourself and to remove the bad energy. Stop doing things for others and focus on yourself and what do you actually want to do? Kind of similar message to the other piles, and that is like, what do you actually want to do? What is it that you want for you? What makes you happy? Stop doing so much for others. Stop running yourself into the ground. It's not worth it, promise you. Okay, and then we have Cosmic Ocean, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings. Okay. So new beginnings for you. I mean, this ties in the Phoenix. It's that reborn energy. I think new beginnings So means leave it. You've got to let go that doesn't serve you, that which does not serve you. Can't get my words out. That which does not serve you, you need to get rid of this, and that is going to lead to a new beginning. What you think is going to be the right thing, you thinking that all of this work you're putting in and going this 150% all the time is going to get you somewhere. That's not what's going to get you somewhere. Spending time reflecting on yourself and finding the joy again within, and having some peace, go have a spa day, that's what's going to bring you to new beginnings. Now, of course, for those of you that absolutely like, you can't get out of this being busy, and maybe you're even enjoying being busy, so long as you always make sure that you take the time to look after yourself within this time, when you take some space for yourself, always, if you are, say you're someone who has to travel a lot for work, make sure you're checking in with your friends. It's good for your friends and for you. Make sure you're not isolating yourself too much. Like, this is about tranquility and reflection, but this is also, sometimes you need other people. You need to be able to talk to other people. So don't completely isolate yourself. But also, if you're just generally really busy with something right now, and then it's like, it could be a career thing that you're doing, it could be business that you're working on. Don't get lost in it. You have the opportunity, there will be an opportunity for you to move forward and do great things, but you will not be in a position to take those opportunities and to have those new beginnings if you don't take the time now to take a breather and to allow yourself to see them. When you've got so many things going on, you can miss opportunities. You've got so much in front of your face that you're trying to do, get this done. So if we use the business analogy, when you're trying to work on a business, when you are in, sorry, that microphone, when you're in the business instead of working on the business, and obviously this is just how it is a lot of the time when you have a new business, you work in it, and meaning you have so much that you're doing, you can miss opportunities. So if you are in a position to be able to pass on responsibilities to anyone else, do so. You don't have to burden yourself with everything. You don't have to take on all of it yourself. It's not about that. It's not about you being a martyr and showing how great you are. It's pointless. It literally doesn't do anything for you. It's a completely pointless process. No one likes a martyr. Sorry. You need to focus on yourself. No one else is going to come along to you and tell you, how amazing you're doing, or tell you, oh, I'm really concerned about you and you need to take some time. You need to realize that you need that time. So give yourself that time in order to be able to move forward, in order to be able to see the how things are going to play out for the future, in order to see what you want for the future. You need to have a breather, because you're so overwhelmed by things happening now that you haven't had a chance to think about what's coming up next, what new beginnings there could be. But there's something there for you. There's a new beginning waiting for you the moment you take some time to chill and to take a step back from everything. Next we have, oh my God, Lady of the Lake, new beginnings. Something is about to happen. Okay, wow, a lot of new energy here. Less advice and more things. This is happening. Something new is happening, and I feel like this is trying to tell you that there is a new beginning waiting for you when you take the time for yourself. I mean, it's literally the same message. Just something that's about to happen, and you don't want to be in a situation where you miss that. Something is going to happen, but I'm worried that you could miss this if you don't take a step back. You might be hyper focused on one thing at the moment, and there's something else out there that's actually going to lead you, like something you're not expecting could be out there waiting, about to take you in a completely different direction, a completely different, like a new opportunity that you just do not see coming. And so this is the advice is, keep an eye out for this. Allow yourself the space to be able to see this coming. So I mean, the fact that you have two, look at that, newbie, you've got something that's coming in, but I promise you will not see it if you don't take a step back and realize what it is you actually need for yourself. And I say, drink water. Drink that water. I'm going to take my own advice right now. I'm just going to have some water. Throat's a bit dry. Make sure you're drinking water, you're eating the right foods, you're doing some meditation, you're taking breaks. Look after yourself right now. Great things are coming, but you will not have the energy to do them if you don't take time for yourself. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that message, but it's really important. Okay, so we're going to do another oracle card. Manifest it. Okay, current dreams, future realities, and then my dreams are coming true. Interesting. So the work you're putting in, I don't think it's about the work you're putting in. I think this is about things are happening. It's almost like things are happening regardless, but you aren't going to notice if you don't take the time for yourself. Things are happening, and if you don't take the time to appreciate the little things that happen along the way, you're going to miss whatever is coming in. So chill out, have a bit of time for yourself, have a spa day, have I don't know, a weekend in the countryside, as we would say. Go somewhere and just find some peace for a little bit. Take a step back so you can come back refreshed. Look at it with fresh eyes. Whatever this problem is, you need to step away and then come back a little bit more refreshed. And then that's when something new will come along. And you're going to find if you've been stuck on something for ages and you've been putting all this work in, thinking you're going to overcome it by doing this and doing this and doing this, step away from it. If you step away from it for a bit, you're suddenly going to find these ideas coming to you. So it's like, bring the creative spiritual freedom. I think it's bringing that these ideas and these creative ideas that you didn't have before because you took a little bit of time out. You're not constantly overwhelmed with what you've got to do right now. When you've got a list of things that you're constantly trying to get through, you don't have time for creative expression. You don't have time to have these little ideas that pop into your head. Those things come to you when you're not really thinking about things. They talk about the flow state and creative ideas and problem solving in a way where when you actually you process a problem, you sit there and you look at a problem. When you give yourself a break just to stare at a wall, literally they say just stare at a wall, just let your thoughts do what they want. That's when ideas start to come to you. It's when the problems start to solve themselves. Often when you leave a problem alone, you come back to it later and you have the solution. It just comes to you. And this is a general scientific thing that's been proven. And so this is what it's telling you. If you want to do this, take a step back for a minute. Take a step back, look after yourself, and you're going to find that you can manifest things. Okay, so we're going to finish off on some tarot cards. So what do we have? Judgment, self-reflection. I mean, it's literally what we've been talking about, self-reflection. Kind of don't see the point that we have to read this right now, but this is confirmation. Self-reflection, you need to do the reflection on yourself. Is what you're doing actually worth it? Is it for your highest good? Do you need to drop things from your calendar, from your list of things to do? Do you need to drop some things in order to get what you want? Is it worth doing these things? Have a bit of self-reflection. Why are you doing as much as you're doing? Why are you doing this? What is the reason? What's driving you? And have you managed to stay on the path towards this, or have you somehow found yourself veering off without even realizing it? Take a little bit of time to think about this. Three of Cups. Okay. So I did mention earlier about spending some time, like taking time with friends. And this could be about perhaps you're working too hard or perhaps you're trying to do too much. And actually what you need to do is chill. Have a little bit of time to just enjoy life. Enjoy the little things. Enjoy a bit of downtime. I don't think you're giving yourself enough downtime, enough time for enjoyment, enough time with friends, and and I say friends, sometimes you can do so much. You might be taking on too much for friends, helping them out with this here and helping out with that, taking on their problems. Instead, just spend some time just chatting. Spend some time talking about what you want to do in life, your future, the fun things. Play board games together. I don't know why that came to my head, but just do the little things together that have no weight to them. They're just fun, just time for you to relax. You need to just find some enjoyment and just chill out and spend some time with some good people. And good people can be yourself too. If you're someone that always is spending your time with other people, this is a message that you actually need to take some time for yourself and just celebrate yourself and enjoy yourself and enjoy good times. This is not, you don't have to drink alone. There's no judgment here though, by the way. You don't have to drink alone. That's not what it's saying. But if you want to, absolutely pour yourself a glass, enjoy that wine or your gin or whatever your drink of choice is. Watch a movie, enjoy yourself. This is absolutely about enjoyment. And then next up we have Oh, death. And right underneath the Phoenix card as well. That's so interesting. So with death, there's a transformation coming. And I think this is a transformation that you need to make happen. As I said, there's a lot of self-reflection energy here. And so this is definitely you needing to take the time to reflect and to have, find a little bit of peace in order to transform. This is you're about to change things completely. The old way of doing things has to go. The let go that doesn't serve you, it has to go. Whatever it was that just wasn't right for you, you thinking, oh, I've been working so hard on this though, and this is going to absolutely get me somewhere. But actually, you've been doing it for months and you've not noticed any change. You keep doing more things and it's not going anywhere, or you keep helping your friends' problems with them. They just seem to have more problems. You need to let it go. You need to move on from this. You need to drop it. Transformation comes when you leave the old behind, when you shed that and you choose to move on. You choosing to be reborn, to transform. New beginnings that can only come from the death of things. And so it's just more energy. New beginnings coming in for you. There is something new coming in, and when you take the time to step back, that's when you'll see it. You're absolutely. This is amazing. It's as simple as just stepping back. Your transformation is as simple as stepping back. That manifestation, you need to choose to move on from that old energy that you've been in, the energy where you've been given too much to other things. Celebrate yourself, find the things that you enjoy, the creative things that bring you joy, and things will transform. Okay, the last card, Hierophant. It could be with the spirituality. We had the spiritual freedom here. And so there might be a little bit more of that energy within the Hierophant. There's definitely some of you are perhaps building on that spirituality in order, sorry if I knocked the mic there. It's that building on that spirituality that, it could be religious, it could be, a natural religion, or it could just be your general spiritual energy and your feelings about the universe, and thinking about that and realizing that you don't have to put in as much work as you think that you do in order to get what you need. When you take a step back and actually, I said take a step back so many times now, if you take a shot every time, I'm sure you'll be drunk by the end of this video. But if you do that, if you take some time on yourself and work on your spirituality and your beliefs, and if you're somebody who is a law of attraction or law of assumption believer, when you action is important, but when you slow down and stop trying to force things so much, that's when things start to flow and start to happen more for you. And so I think that's what you're learning to do. And what's what you need to learn to do is to get in touch with that side and to stop trying to do too much, because things are going to happen without you needing to put so much effort in. So yeah, that is your reason. I think I've probably mentioned it several times now what you need to do. I don't want to keep repeating, but yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting for you. Things are absolutely coming in. Change is happening. It's going to happen, but only when you embrace that change and then stop trying to focus and trying to hold on to what you've currently got. When you stop trying to hold on to that and you let go of these things that you think are going to work out for you, and stop desperately clinging to these things that you think it's going to, clinging to friends that you think you need but you don't actually need them, clinging to these, adding more ideas for businesses and how you're going to make this work. Step back again, chill out, look at the bigger picture, and you're going to find, and say, get in touch with that spirituality. And you don't have to actually believe in too deeply in these things, but when you take that time out to actually breathe and think about what you want and stop trying to do too much, these things start to fall into place anyway. And so that is your reading, pile 3. If you enjoyed that, please do give the video a thumbs up. And if it resonated with you, please leave a comment below, let me know how. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye for now.